Hey, what's going on, everyone? What is going on? Let's go blue. Let me close this and close this and hope not too many of these alerts come through while I am streaming here, and they're all coming through right now. Okay, let me make sure I can see myself on YouTube there. Please smash that like button. Whoever I have there, I suspect that is Marmarsky. Tonight, hey, the Wolverines are in fall camp. Everybody is in fall camp. We are less than a month away from the kickoff of the 2025 season. And I just wanted to get in here and do a stream and talk about that. There's an ad. Let's see. And there's my handsome face in my maize and blue gear. Let me make an announcement over on one of my other channels, then I will get started. All right. Just give me a second here. And at any time, you all let me know what you think about anything that is said here. Let me know what you think about the upcoming season. Let me know what you think about the offensive line, the defensive line, any of the battles going on, where the Wolverines are going to finish. Will the Wolverines get into the playoffs? How many losses will the Wolverines have? Will the Wolverines go back to Indianapolis? Let me know what you think about any of that during this stream. So I will see you on the other side of Let's Go Blue. I have a piece I'm going to highlight here discussing the competition in the offensive line, on the offensive line in fall camp. Let's go blue. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Big Discussions 76 Sports. My name is Dr. Anwar Yusuf Dunbar. I am not only a Michigan football fan, but I'm also an alum of the great university, the University of Michigan. And I am a supporter of our sports teams, our football team, most notably. So tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about fall camp. I think anybody who comes up, I think Marmar is going to come at some point. But the Wolverines are in fall camp, and there are battles going on for starting spots. I think the consensus and the expectation is that Bryce Underwood is going to be QB1, and I think we know who the tailbacks are going to be. Our wideouts, but in my mind, the X factor for this team is the offensive line. And anytime Michigan has been a championship contender, and anytime any of the Michigan Wolverines football teams have been special, it's been the offensive line. That's been the heartbeat of the team. And I think personally that 2016 team, the JT Barrett first down team, I think the missing piece for that team was the offensive line and the inability to assert itself late in the game in Iowa City and in Columbus at the line of scrimmage so that we could put the game away on the ground as opposed to trying to use Wilton Spate's arm. I think that was the missing piece to that 2016 team. Before I jump in here, I was watching the algorithm did send me the 2006 classic the number 1 versus 2 matchup. I remember watching that. That was the year after I graduated from the University of Michigan, and I thought that, like a lot of us, that would be the team to finally beat Troy Smith and Jim Tressel and Ted Ginn Jr. And when I went back and watched the highlights of that game, and I'm going to move on. You guys, please smash that like button. Oh, shout out to Bo Lytle. Respect is earned. If you see fit, you can smash the like button, but it would be greatly appreciated. When I watched that game, the highlights from that game, I think Ohio State won that game 42-39. So it was a close game. And I thought that what Jim Tressel's offense did was brilliant in that they spread out that physical Michigan defense, and that's how they broke off those 2 long runs from Beanie Wells and Antonio Pittman. But the defense played well enough. Looking at the replay of that game, the defense played well enough for Michigan to win that game. I think we just didn't have Chad Henne had the arm, the accuracy, the arm and the accuracy and the touch. Chad Henne didn't have the mobility of a JJ McCarthy or a Drew Henson. And I think that was the X factor in that game. The defense, the Sean Crable targeting call on Troy Smith, that hurt us late in the game. Michigan was rallying back. And then Sean Crable missed a key tackle on the Beanie Wells touchdown. Those of you who watched the game or you want to go back and watch it, Sean Crable could have wrapped Beanie Wells up behind the line of scrimmage, but he bounced off him and Beanie Wells took off running. Okay, speaking of JJ McCarthy, recently we're seeing the usual jousting with Buckeye Fan on social media. Hey, Kenneth Joyce, thank you for stopping through. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you think about any of this. Okay. The usual jousting with Ohio State, with Buckeye Fan, that's taking place. This is just an example. JJ is in the pros now. I'm going to be very quick here. JJ is in the pros, and his knee is all fixed up, so he's set to start for the Minnesota Vikings this season. And so all over X and other social media sites, you're seeing all these JJ highlights, but you're also seeing love for JJ. This tweet from Underwood Unleashed says JJ McCarthy was on a different level in the Rose Bowl. Best QB in Michigan history. Thank you, number 9. That's debatable. Was it him? Was it Tom Brady? You guys let me know what you think. Who was the best quarterback in Michigan football history? And then you get Brad Rigg, who says, woohoo, we're Michigan and we love cheating. I wonder how we won the Natty that year. It was based on true talent, no cheating at all. Okay, then I wrote underneath, by dominating your team again, go blue. And then Brad says, I guess cheating your way to win means dominating. And then I said, and fights over flags after getting beaten again, go blue. And then he shared this LeBron James gift there. And so there's the usual trash talk is going on. Let me get rid of that because I don't want my video to be demonetized by showing footage from X. Speaking of X factors, the straw that stirs the drink, he is here. Abdul Gaines says there's only one JJ that matters, and he wears number 4 for Ohio State. Speaking of which, Abdul Gaines, thank you for being here and bringing your hot takes. Shout out to Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck. Abdul Gaines was telling me earlier that he thinks Michigan is going to be a 3-loss team at the end of the Big Ten play. So he thinks they're going to be a Lloyd Carr Big Ten team. Abdul Gaines, this is for you.
In today's world, in intercollegiate athletics at a place like Michigan, the pressure on those guys is unbelievable. And they got to want that pressure.
Shout out to the great Lloyd Carr, coached in the wrong era, the BCS era. If Lloyd Carr coached today, Lloyd Carr would be in the college football playoff most years. Okay. The wrong era. He was in the wrong era. Okay. Abdul Gaines, in honor of you, once again, since you're here, and Ohio State fan, we're going to start with this drop.
He has lost to Alabama, Georgia,
Right.
Clemson, Michigan twice, and everybody that beats them does so because they're more physical than Ohio State. And I think Notre Dame will take that same approach.
Okay, guys, I have a piece here, a piece I'm going to highlight. I'm going to read this one. I know you guys might not like to hear me read. Hey, I'm an academic. I'm an academic doing sports coverage and content, so please forgive me. I have a PhD in STEMs. But this is along the same vein that Kenneth Choice says, no-fly zone when OSU comes to see us. There's going to be a lot riding on that game. Ohio State wants to break the streak. And the Wolverines, our team is feeling very good about itself with our five-star #1 quarterback and our physical, stingy defense. So that's going to be a game all of us are going to be really looking at. The whole country is going to be looking at that game at the end of November. But I think the key for me personally, I think the key to Team 146 is going to be the offensive line play. Bryce has all of the tools. He's going to have to learn how to play the position at this level and be effective at it. There are veterans all around him on the outside and in the backfield. But I think the key is going to be the offensive line so that there's balance, so that Michigan can move the chains in the fourth quarter on the ground, and also so that we're just not relying on the freshmen to win these games for us. All right, so let me cue this up. I see we have some trash talk there in the chat. Let's see who we have here. So Osikani, is that what it is? He says, let's listen to words spoken by Bo Schembechler in a 1989 speech at the American Football Coaches Association, published this week by the Oklahoman. He says, I don't feel sorry for those people who get caught and put on probation. I don't feel sorry for people who get the death penalty. We have rules, regulations we have to operate under. All right. Abdul Gaines says, last 2 times Holtz tried to step up to OSU, he got his old behind smacked. Let's see. So Osikani is really bringing the he's going for the history here. And when you break those rules, you must hit the press. Well, Osikani, let's see what if the hammer drops, if the hammer doesn't drop. Well, at the end of the day, your team still has to play ours, and may the best team win. He says, we as coaches cannot afford to operate any other way than with honesty and integrity. That's your job. And if you can't win legitimately that way, maybe you shouldn't coach. Please smash that like button, Osikani. I hope you have smashed the like button. All right, this piece from On3. Please smash that like button, guys. Calling Marmar, if you're out there. Calling Marmarski. All right, guys, please smash that like button. Shout out to Johnny Olden. Johnny Olden's going to be Johnny Olden Jr., JOJ, the GOAT. He agreed to keep our pre-season ritual going, so he's going to come join me on I think it's the 16th of this month, and we're going to have a pre-2025 season discussion. Shout out to Michigan, Western College Football, Maze Madman, Tim, all the guys. So shout out to all the guys. All right. The offensive line, competition on the offensive line. And Osikani, this is where the rivalry arguably shifted, was when Michigan got physical once again back on the offensive line. And this is supposed to be sharing, but it is not sharing. Let me try this again. There it is. Okay, We are having a technical difficulty. Give me a second here. I don't know why this isn't projecting to you guys. Oh, there it is. Technology. I think the technology went to happy hour with me after work with me and my coworkers. That's why I'm all late, because my coworkers wanted to go do trivia at a happy hour spot tonight. So normally I'd be off and done by now. Okay, Michigan Fall Camp Observer. Competition is fierce along the offensive line. All right, that was a major hole for the Wolverines last year for Team 145, the offensive line, in addition to not having a competent quarterback there to call the signals and throw the ball. All right, calling Marmarski. Speaking of him, and he will appear. All right, Marmarski, give me about 5 minutes here, and I will clear the runway for you. Michigan Wolverines football is implementing its new offense under first-year coordinator Chip Lindsey, who spent the last 2 seasons in the same position at North Carolina during fall camp. John Jansen, Michigan's radio analyst, has been there to watch some of it, and he believes Lindsey is adding a twist to what the Wolverines have done in the past. I like what I'm seeing from Chip Lindsey in regards to how they're constructing this offense. Jansen said on his In the Trenches podcast, it's still going to be a run-first offense. I think everybody has that question. Is Chip Lindsey going to be a guy that airs it out? Is this an air raid offense? No, it's not. There's still going to be a lot of run game in this. So you hear that, Ohio State? We're still gonna be physical, and we're still gonna run the ball. Ohio State. All right. And I can't tell you right now, because we haven't played New Mexico, we haven't played Oklahoma, what we're doing in the first quarter to set things up for the second quarter. How are we positioning and using the graduate tight end fullback Max Bredesen in his motions and where he's lined up? All right. I can't tell you what it looks like, and it's very similar to the offense that we saw last year in regards to the run game, but I want to see what some of those alignments and personnel groups are and how they relate to what they're doing in the third and fourth quarters. Those are going to be reactions at game time, and I'll get a chance to see some scrimmages. The biggest question marks, Jansen continued, are quarterback, wide receiver, and offensive line. Quarterback, wide receiver, and offensive line. The line is the interesting one, considering it makes up about half of the offensive players on the field at a given time. Michigan has position battles raging on the offensive line during fall camp, namely at left tackle. Left tackle is something all you guys are talking about. Evan Link, I think Evan Link is the one you guys have been beating up on. At left tackle, junior Evan Link, sophomore Blake Frazier, and freshman Andrew Babalola are contending. At right guard, there are a slew of players in the mix, including junior Nathan Fobi, junior Brady Norton, and graduate Lawrence Hattar, who transferred in this summer from D2 Ferris State. Still sorting things out up front, Jansen said. A lot of combinations up front. And one of the things that you're going to hear from graduate left guard Giovanni El-Hadi in his interview on In the Trenches is about Lawrence Hattar, how big of a dude he is, how much he eats. All right, Marmar, almost ready for you. But I like what I'm seeing from all these guys that are out there. The competition is fierce. Evan Link has done a really nice job, like we saw in the bowl game, going from right tackle to left tackle. I think his natural position is guard, but he's doing a tremendous job of holding down the fort and putting his best foot forward at the left tackle position. But Babalola, all you guys, the voice of college football, Maze Madman, all you guys are talking about Babalola. So Babalola is going to figure heavily in all this. But Babalola, 6'6", 315-pound former 5-star recruit, is in contention at left tackle as well. Nothing will be handed to Link. Jansen mentioned how often it comes up that Babalola is extremely smart, which has allowed for a smooth transition to the college level, at least in practices so far. That's the size of one of those Dallas Cowboys offensive linemen back in the day. Now, being smart and being a good football player sometimes don't go hand in hand, because you've got to have a couple of screws loose. Jansen said, you got to know that when I do this, it's really going to be uncomfortable. Smart guys sometimes outthink themselves in regards to, well, maybe I want to put my hat here. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to try to outthink these guys. That's not what we're talking about. When I'm talking about Andrew Babalola, he is picking up the offense, the calls. He is recognizing defenses at a very impressive rate. And that's something that is unique to him. It's not inherent to freshmen, and sometimes it takes you a couple of years. That's where I think he really has some taken some big steps. All right. But I like what I'm seeing from these guys out here. The competition is fierce. All right, I think I already read that. He's still growing, however, and being pushed by Michigan's offensive line coaches Grant Newsome and Juan Castillo. Now he needs to progress if he is to ultimately win the left tackle spot. Is just in terms of technique and confidence. He's a young guy. He's trying new things out. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Looking at some of your comments here. I'm going to get back to you, Abdul. What I like about him is he's willing to try new techniques, whether it's Grant, whether it's Juan Castillo, no matter who it is. Even if I mentioned something to him, he's willing to try some new things to see if it works. And it's not just a one-off chance instead of the Michigan freshmen. If they don't work, okay, try something new. Generally, it doesn't work, but how does it feel? Is it putting you in position for success? And sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no, sometimes it's, hey, let's put that on the back burner and get to that next time we get to the off season in late January and February of next year. He's doing a nice job of adjusting his sets to the speed that he didn't see in high school, but that he's seeing now. Those are some things I like about him. Gonna have to continue to work his hands. All right, guys, this is the end here. I promise. Those are some pretty national championship shirts there. At center, graduate Greg Crippen is returning. Is a returning starter who's had a big offseason. His position is a major key to the offensive line success. Greg Crippen, I think the extra weight that he has put on this year is really showing at practice. Jansen said some of those defensive linemen all seem like they're 6'3", 320, 325 pounds. They're bowling balls, and they're strong. They're powerful. They're low. He's doing a nice job of getting underneath them in his pass protection, his adjustments. He's not just getting off balance. He seems to be much more patient with how he's using his hands and how he's replacing his hands. Those are some techniques that he's worked on this offseason that I really like. All right. I'm done with that. So the offensive line, the heartbeat of the team. Hold on. StreamYard does this antenna thing, and I don't want to freeze on you guys. All right. In my opinion, the offensive line is going to be the heartbeat of this team once again, and that's going to help determine how far Team 146 goes. All right, the Maniac is here. Maniac, man, you ran off my buddy, man. I haven't heard from him since. Barbara, if you're out there, Maniac, when you guys want to come up, if whoever wants to come up, the StreamYard link is here. So everybody is high on Babalola. A word from Brady Hope, while Marmar or a Maniac or whomever hits the link. A word from Brady Hope.
We understand what Michigan football means and what Michigan football is. We will always be about the team at Michigan. This is never going to be about Brady Hoke.
So we got Sergeant Stephen and we have Marmarski.
Yeah, Sergeant Stephen, what?
Well, okay. I think you were the one who was pumping Tim up that one time I was on Johnny's show, right? I think it was you.
Who, me?
Yeah, I think it was you. You were pumping Tim up when I was on
yeah,
Johnny's
yeah.
show. He said, "Oh
Now,
yeah,
Big,
yeah, yeah." Okay, all
you
right.
and I used to talk years ago. Remember, your Ohio friend was on there, and he and I used to get to arguing all the time.
Yeah, Maniac ran him away.
Yeah, I remember you could. So as far this is what I'm hearing about the offensive line. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw I think TJ in them today, and now we're thinking Evan Link is going to be one of the starters, but people are under the impression that Babalola is going to maybe like surpass him. Do y'all see Evan Link possibly getting passed up on the offensive line?
I heard that he was doing. I heard he was doing well.
I heard
They
Babalola
out
doing
there.
excellent though.
Yeah, I heard they were both that like killing it.
Yeah,
That's what I heard. But I could
yeah,
be wrong.
yeah. I know. Link took a beating last year. I mean, if Babalola is that good, then he should start. But I think I would opt towards the experience for me if it were even.
Steve,
Yeah,
I don't know. I
do
think
you?
I like Link, man. I just last year left a bad taste in my mouth. Just watching him get like I watched the game against Ohio pretty much every day, and he was just getting like pancaked by guys 30 pounds, 40 pounds lighter than. I'm like, dang, dude, like Jack Sawyer's not even good to me. But good lord, man, like knock him that, like do something, bro. And I mean, Northwestern he did okay, but when you're the worst graded offensive tackle in college football, that that just don't sit well with me, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. Nobody in Michigan should ever be the worst graded offensive tackle in football. Like nobody.
Eh, period.
But that's just me. Like Rich Rod years maybe. Now, and Coach Moore, you an offensive lineman, 2 Joe Moore awards. No, man. Like y'all didn't have anybody better than Link. Like nobody.
It doesn't seem like it. I'm just being honest. It did not seem like it. But
yeah. So Link, go ahead.
um, I do know this. Um, I think you do too, Steve. Sherrone Moore didn't put his imprint on the team until them 2 weeks of the bye before the Northwestern game. Like
Yeah.
he didn't really even have his hand like he said in the interview in the sit down with dude, the old tight end from Penn State. He said I thought it was the same of me just watching video and then going putting the game plan together. And he said it was the 2 weeks where he got to sit down and really, really focus on it, and that's why you seen what you seen in the last, 3 games. I say 3 games because we didn't put up 50 in 2023, and we put up 50 in that Northwestern game. I was like, okay. I had some hope going into that Ohio State game, and then they shut down. I mean, they shut them down. Like shut them down. Link didn't give up a sack. Link did well against that defensive line and went on to win the national championship. Then he went to go hold up against Alabama because all they starters wanted to play because they wanted revenge. It didn't work out that way, but that's what they played for. But Link held up again. Then if you watch the spring game, Link again against TJ Guy. He was doing well. He had TJ Guy looking bad. Go watch the spring game. So I think Link gonna be uh, the starter. I think like what's the face Lindsay said they want like 10 guys, 10 reliable guys on that offensive line throughout the season. So, Babalola, Hayward, Sprague, Frazier, all them other guys in that room are able to, come along and push for valuable time throughout the season because it's a long season now. They can play up to 16 games. So you need that longevity. So I think they'll push each other in and out of the rotation throughout the season. One dude to have a good, grade one game, one dude that had a good grade one game. So, depending on who had them grades, is depending on who started. You seen it last year when they were rotating people in and out that offensive line throughout the season. So they were just trying to find a package. I think this year with Chip Lindsey and Juan Castillo, um, that is going to be a better O line. And somebody asked a player who's the most vocal coach out there. They say Juan Castillo. That's a good sign. He out there yelling at the offensive line. He ain't playing with him. So yeah, I think we'll be all right.
Okay, guys, if there's anything else regarding the team you wanna talk about, or you want to say or add, you're perfectly free to do so.
You talking about me?
Either of you.
Oh, well, I will say this. I think just by listening and reading the tea leaves, that the DBs will be. I'm interested to see how Jair Hill and the Austin, what's the and the Austin boys, the transfers from Arkansas. I'm interested to see how
Yeah.
they are incorporated. Zeke Berry, I think Michigan is going to be sneaky good because they're not coming into this year like last year with the 4 projected first round picks. They're literally coming in and people are looking at them like, well, they're number 14, but the Connor Stallions effect is worn off, all this nonsense, or they can't, and maybe, Bryce Underwood's a freshman, even though, freshman quarterbacks do know how to play football. And it's like they're actually forgetting that Michigan's bread and butter in the Harbaugh system, even though Coach Harbaugh is gone, has been in the trenches. So Bryce is not going to have to do what Jameis Winston did or Johnny Manziel did. He's not going to have to do what Marcus Mariota did in his freshman year. The team is going to win based off of how they play as a team. That's why the mantra is the team, the team, the team. Is not the me, the me, the me. Individual accolades are great, but the team accolade is what people play for. And also for Michigan fans who are worried about Oklahoma, it's the nostalgia of Oklahoma. They're not that good. They're just Oklahoma's probably going to lose about 6 or 7 games. They better if they don't get Michigan, they're screwed. So don't worry about the Wolverines. Y'all worried about the blue blood name of Oklahoma, the nostalgia. I don't think Bryce is going to light them up, but he might. But Michigan's going to run them boys to sleep. So don't sweat Oklahoma. They good. They're a cute little team. They got nice jerseys. They got the Jordan brand on it. It's cool. It's not going to help them when Michigan goes into town. That's personal. Like Oklahoma, I wish they were ranked, which would help Michigan beat another ranked team, but they're not ranked. So when Michigan wins, I don't want to hear anybody talking about they beat an unranked Oklahoma. They're not good. They got a decent offense. They got John Mateer. What else? So, I'm just interested to see how Michigan gels. I think by the Nebraska game, we'll see who Michigan's going to be by week 4 and for the rest of the season. And don't worry, and I'm not being just overly optimistic. I really think Michigan is much better, but I think Michigan is going to be sneaky good. I care about the depth, not about how they are individually. If they can rotate 7 or 8 guys as far as DBs, 10 guys on the D line, like Marmar says, 8 guys on the O line, then they're good. 2 or 3 running backs, that's awesome. But Michigan's going to be all right. They're getting to the college football playoff this year. They are. If they stay healthy, they're getting to the playoff.
Go with that. Yeah, man. Good things heard about TJ Metcalf. They said Wink. He said he's damn good. That's good to know. TJ guy came out and said Nate Marshall was raw talent, but explosive. Um, Zeke Berry, they said he's doing good. Swiss Army knife, we need that. You remember when we had Mikey Sanders still, and how that worked out for us? Like, he was that defense. I don't care what nobody say. He was that defense. When he switched over from receiver. Um, yeah, it's just a lot of good things about the O line, the defensive line. You know, the cornerbacks, linebackers. Um, we don't hear nothing about the receivers. Please, if I hear from the players, then I believe it. If I hear from the coaches, I don't know yet. So I'm waiting to hear something about the receivers. Like I'll be at the first game. I'll tell y'all firsthand what I see. Yeah, we just see, man. We got what is it? 23 days until football, Michigan football. We'll
Yeah,
see.
24.
We'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
What's up, Don?
We-
How's it going, Stephen? Mar, doctor, thanks for having me, sir.
My bad. Go ahead, Mark.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
finna drop down. I'm just saying, hey, but go ahead, my man.
Nah, I'll share your whole sentiment. I think we'll be what Jerron Howard and the Fab Five said. We're gonna shock the world. That's what it's gonna be. That's exactly what it's gonna be. We're gonna shock the world because, like I keep saying this, I don't know if I keep said it over here, but Bryce is set up in a way that DJ Lagway was set up. And what is his record in his games? Yeah, his touchdown to interception ratio, he got 12 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, but he's 7-0 as a starter. So in big games too, he beat Ole Miss, he beat LSU. He could have blew out Georgia, but he got hurt. So I think Bryce Underwood is in a great space, especially going up against this defense in the practice, and Wink Martindale throwing everything at him, so he can be prepared for what's coming. Because ain't no other defense gonna be as good as Michigan that he'll face. So I think we're gonna be all right. We're gonna shock the world.
Okay. Well, what say you, Don? Welcome.
Oh, thanks, Doc. I just wanted to circle back to Babalola. Did you guys see the interview with Sam Webb?
Yes, I seen about 20 minutes of it.
You know, the fact that he was a basketball player, really loved playing hoop. That's one thing. I think he has the footwork that's superior to Link. It's so important, especially for left tackle. Once that ball snapped, to get out on the guy on the edge, you got to have that good footwork. But what struck me more so than anything, is the intellect level of that young man. So I did some research, and he's going to go to the Ross School of Business. Doc, that's not easy to get into now, is it?
No, it's not.
He's already directly admitted, Doc. He was going to go to Stanford, and, okay, he doesn't have the experience, but his physical prowess and his intellect might just be enough to get him over the hedge. So that's what I wanted to mention about Balboa. And do you guys have any updates on what's going on with Ty Haywood?
I heard he was doing all right too.
Boy, there's going
I
to
heard
be
he was do. I heard he was doing all right.
It's going to be a lot of good days ahead. A lot of good days ahead.
Yes, it is.
Just being young men, I mean, we've talked about the offensive line being somewhat disappointing last year. You don't think those guys are tired of hearing that? College kids. I seen El Hadi. He looks a bit more mature, composed in some of the interviews I've seen him do. Almost like he's like a leader role. I think we're going to see a different offensive line this year. And the big component is Coach Moore isn't dealing with the static that he was working with last year. New coaches and so forth. So,
yeah, I agree. I mean, if you think about the previous group with Trevor Keegan and Zach and Carson Barnhart, all those guys, they had to learn how to do it. So there's a part of this that's learning how to do it, and it's a unit that has to gel and learn how to play together. So I think you're right, Don.
I have a question. I watched, it just popped up into my scroll, and it was highlights of the Southern Cal game from last year. And I was sharing this with Marmar previously, but I've watched that game, obviously the Ohio State game multiple times, the Washington game. Some of those games, I mean, especially the Southern Cal game, the Washington game, if we would have had any semblance of a quarterback, any semblance, we would have won those games easily. And, you know, I'm looking at this year, and the line's going to be better. I'm just excited, and let all the naysayers speak. And I'd rather be in the under the radar, so to speak, and win a national title. Maybe not this year, but possibly next year. Next year, maybe not. Maybe Bryce's junior year. Next year is going to be a little bit challenging, isn't it, in terms of experience?
Is it? Is it though?
I don't know. I'm asking the question, Stephen. I really don't know, sir.
Running backs, they got well, Justice may come back, but if not, they'll be fine. O-line, if Babalola, I think a lot of guys will get some snaps, some meaningful snaps. The D-line is gonna be D-line and linebacker. Like the back seven is, oh man. I mean, the front seven on defense, that's gonna be a little bit challenging. The DBs,
they said Hill is doing good.
Yeah,
They said Hill is balling out. They said Jair Hill is balling out. Like he balling out. But they got him.
I think if a lot of them guys come back,
round.
they'll be fine. I think if Hill is a sophomore, right? Jair. Right now, it's a junior.
Yeah, junior.
Okay, Zeke Berry. Yeah, Zeke. I think Zeke Berry has another year of eligibility after this year. The Austin boys, I'm not sure. But Mason Curtis. Watch out for Mason Curtis. I think he's going to put on some muscle. He'll be good. I'm expecting what's the dude from South Carolina or Virginia? What's the name? The 6'2" guy? The DB?
Oh God, name escapes me. I know you're talking about Jahil.
So the guy from Virginia, the 6'2" DB that everybody likes. The freshman.
Winston.
I mean, looking at
Coyote.
No, not Winston. Y'all know who I'm talking about. In the chat, somebody put in the chat, the guy from Virginia.
He's on the squad now?
Huh? Yeah, he's a freshman.
Oh, man, did he play in the spring game?
No, I don't think he was there yet.
Young?
Somebody put in the
Young?
chat. Huh?
You talking about Young? Young.
No. Let me look in the chat. He's a freshman. Shamari Earl.
Earl.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think now I don't know. Now the D-line, Nate Marshall should get some snaps. I think what's the name should be back? Pierce, Trey Pierce might be back. Dominic Nichols, he got another year, so they're gonna have they won't have as much experience. I just think 2027 is the year where they'll put it all together. Again, they'll have probably like 16, 17 returning starters. 26, I think maybe it's 8, 9 starters. But to me, the X factor this year, especially early, is Dominic Zapata. He's first team All-American. He's the best kicker in the world, not just America. He's what they say he's the best kicker in the world as well as the United States. So yeah, I like him. I think he's gonna keep Michigan in a lot of keep other teams man, we got to hold him to 30, 40 yards because anything past the 50, Zapata's making that kick. He just is. He's gotten better. So I'm really intrigued to see how Michigan's DBs do, especially without Will Johnson, because last year the notion was, well, you ain't got Will Johnson no more. And look what happened against Alabama. Look what happened against Northwestern. Look what happened against Old State. But they had a good D-line. Now they have a deep D-line with a lot of experience. You better get some type of yards on them. So those DBs are going to look a lot better. But I think so. We'll see. But I think this year, I don't see where people are. I don't see them losing to the Buckeyes. They're just not. I don't see them losing to Washington. I don't see US. People think USC is good. USC is good, but USC lost a lot. They lost both their best weapons on offense. They lost their quarterback. Their defense, they can't stop a nosebleed. They never could, even when they had Reggie Bush in them. So I don't see why people think Nebraska's okay. Nebraska, all right, but two losses where? Like where are they getting two? I'm not being a homer, but where, unless they just go out there and wet the bed, where are two losses? I don't see it.
That's an excellent point, Stephen. It's like you look at the schedule, and I think the same thing. They're saying 2-3 losses for Michigan out of the entire schedule. The game against Ohio State, with it being in Ann Arbor, given what we did last year, basically without a quarterback, there's going to be an immense amount of pressure on Ryan Day. So just putting that game to the side, I wonder if maybe one of these back and forth home away situations, travel and such, there's some mistakes that possibly cost Michigan a game against the team they should have won. I'm wondering if we're going to see something like that, because I agree with you, Stephen. We got a better team than we did last year, and you look at the competition and where they are. I'm not going to say undefeated, but I'm like you. Where are we getting those two losses? Because it ain't coming from Ohio State. It ain't going to happen from Michigan State either. So. Oh no,
M State. That's probably going to look worse than 2023. Aiden Childs, if you're listening, come on home, brother. Nick Morris. My bad, Nick Morris. Come on home, man. Like, come on, Nick. Stop playing. You just education. Yeah. Football now, come on, man. Like you're not Michigan. Even Big will tell you. Big, you went to Michigan, right?
Me, no.
Big, my man, Big up top.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did.
So yeah, so the education. I'm not no knock to M State, but a degree from Michigan just means a whole lot more than a degree from East Lansing. So let's just be realistic. Let's be realistic, man. I'm not hating. I'm sure M State is a fine institution. When it comes to, working, as a mail boy. But when it comes to anything else, Ann Arbor, man, like Nick Morris, come on, man. Come on. Come get you some wins. Come get some rings. Come get you a good education and come learn how to be a better man.
Facts.
Okay. Yeah, I think, Brett, in Oklahoma, Bryce needs to play a mistake-free game. So I think that's going to be huge as a freshman going in there. Not turn the ball over. But if we can run the ball there, then I think, that's a slam dunk, that game. We can.
Do you think Sherrone Moore kind of gets involved with that game, with Oklahoma being his alma mater, and tells Chip Lindsey, look, if we're running the ball, keep running the ball until we break their will? Does he go old school there?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
do too.
I think
they can't stop him.
I think
they can't.
Go ahead.
They can't. Like, how's Oklahoma gonna stop them? How they gonna stop them? How you gonna stop when you got guys mauling you? Like, I think the intention is to maul and smash. Like make them quit. That's what Alabama used to. Nick Saban said, you make the opponent quit. And Michigan makes some people quit. Like, when they get back to that, and I'm not saying Oklahoma's not a good team. I'm saying I don't see what other people see. I think people are looking at Oklahoma just where's Oklahoma. It's almost like playing Tennessee. What are Tennessee? Okay. Are they good? Just because they got a T on their helmet doesn't mean anything. Just because it's an OU doesn't mean anything. This ain't 2001. This ain't 2017. Baker Mayfield ain't back there. Kyler Murray ain't back there. Now, this is Oklahoma now. Mateer is a good player, but who are they? They got where their receivers at? Who's their O-line? Like, they have. I've been listening to some of their podcasts. They're kind of concerned. They're like, Oklahoma's not looking as good as people think they are. That's probably what the coaches don't even think they should be ranked. So what are we missing that the coaches aren't? They can't even get a 25th place vote, not even one. So
Yeah, I believe I say the same thing. Defense travels. Um,
Your run game
and
travels
I
too.
think you said what? Oh yeah.
Your run game travels
Uh,
too.
I believe this is what I believe. Um, so like in that Ohio State game, Sherrone Moore was coaching to smother. Like they smothered Ohio State, right? Like they smothered them. And then he went and did it again against Alabama. Now, who does that remind you of? Oh, Harbaugh. That's why Harbaugh chose Moore. Because he's seen that same thing that Harbaugh had in him in Sherrone Moore. So now he get to go back to where it started.
yep.
If that's not motivation in itself, I don't know what to tell you. Then he's gonna fire the team up with it.
Yeah.
And you know how they respond when they come out of the tunnel. Did you see the last two entrants? The Ohio State one and then the bowl game? And he just
Yeah.
standing there, nonchalant, like, yeah, I got my dogs ready. Yeah, they coming to eat. And what did they do? They ate. They smothered Alabama majority of the game. Yeah, Alabama got some slick stuff off, some lucky stuff off. I call it luck. But other than that, they couldn't do nothing else. With people that we didn't even have our whole squad. And we dominated Alabama, dominated them. Now, all these people that came back, and then you added pieces to that, then you added the new freshman class of that, and then the development that they've been going through since winter workouts. I know the people that just got here in June, but they getting that intense workout too. They'll be ready by game time too.
What's up,
And
Taves?
hey, Justin Tretch starting to look like the new Ben Herbert. I'm hearing good things about him. Me and Don was talking about that. That man is buffing these kids up. The defensive line is 300 pound plus. Man, not the offensive line that too. Jihadi said they can't. Hey, it's not easy to push through me no more. I like that. We buffing up for a long run. We ain't buffing up for the Big Ten. We buffing up for that natty. Hey, you better pay attention to what Sherrone Moore doing. He ain't playing games. He came out and said a 10-man rotation on the defense. Oh, who said that? Who allowed that? Oh, Jim Harbaugh was allowing stuff like that. Can Sherrone Moore be Jim Harbaugh 2.0? Because you know his mentors is Bob Stoop, Patino, and then Harbaugh. Then he had a little stint at Central Michigan. Boom.
Hey, just a little bit off topic. Has anybody heard anything on the Connor Stallion stuff? I know we're supposed to be hearing something in like a week or two.
Hey, sometimes no mail. Hey, Steve, sometimes when you don't get mail, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Doc,
I mean,
thanks for having me up, Doc. Steven, Marmar, great seeing you guys. I'd like to leave you with this. Given your deep knowledge here, college football, I was talking to Johnny O about this. Before that Northwestern game, once Bryce Underwood committed to Michigan, I was afraid. I thought we were going to regress to those years where we lost 8 in a row to Ohio State. When Bryce Underwood signed, from that point to where we are today, I believe that was the catalyst of keeping Michigan football on the path forward to being a solid program, competing for championships. You're not going to win it every year. Where I really believe if we didn't get him, we might have regressed. Kind of like the Terrell Pryor situation back in the day. Rodriguez really needed the kid, and he didn't get him. But can you think of another – it doesn't even need to be college. Can you think of another player? Let's take Jordan and the Bulls out. That's an easy one. But can you think of another player who's come in and just served as a catalyst to reflame, respark a program to get it to keeping it going forward as opposed to regressing? That's my question. Guys, thank you so much. Have a good evening. Doc, thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you, Dom.
No problem. Yeah. Jameis Winston. I mean, that's the last thing. Because Jameis wanted to go to Texas. Really, he wanted to go to Alabama and Texas. But Jameis Winston, Florida State was they were in trouble without Jameis. They were in a lot of trouble. Cam Newton at Auburn. Like without Cam, they win 2 games. Cam Newton is the best 1-year rental I've ever seen in my life in anything. Whether Deion Sanders and the 49ers is a close second. But Cam Newton, Cam Newton was like, man, he was astounding. That dude right there was unfair. He was literally unfair. Like people were praying he left for the draft. But yeah, I think Bryce Underwood, I believe he's ready for the hype. I think people need to temper their expectations though, because Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall are going to be the MVPs the first 4 or 5 weeks. Hand the ball off. I don't want Bryce trying to throw for 291 yards a game, 300 yards a game. Now, if they want him to, fine. But get those receivers acclimated, get the tight ends acclimated, and don't try to be JJ, don't try to be Denard, be Bryce. I just think the offensive line and the running backs have to be in sync, because Bryce he's gonna be nervous a little bit. He's 18. He's still a freshman at the end of the day. I just hope that they temper him. Like his first big mistake, he can't let it turn into 2 in his head. One mistake is just one mistake. Don't make a mistake and then in your head say, "Dang this." So go out there and try to do something else different to make up for that mistake. It's happened. The mistake is over. So I think the earlier he makes a mistake, the better that is for him. As long as it's not like a pick six or something or a fumble, just like maybe a sack where he could have run or thrown the ball. Like, okay, well, I got it next time. But, Jordan Marshall and Justice Haynes, I'm looking forward to seeing both of them have at least 700 yards rushing. I think that's doable.
Yeah, Steve, I agree with that. And JJ didn't roll right away himself. He but he had Blake, carrying the rock that season, and Donovan carrying the rock that season. So he was able to kind of, grow into the position. And then we saw the explosion there in Columbus.
Did you watch the preseason game? Did you watch that Lion Chargers preseason game?
No, I don't mess with the NFL, man. I was
a Niners fan. So I'm gonna show you what Harbaugh was doing. I don't know if you checked it out, Doctor, but I did. So Harbaugh was using Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Okay. And John Harbaugh used the same type of system with Lamar Jackson. And so Jim implemented it into his preseason game, and he took it serious. I mean, they blew the Lions off the field, and he kept Lance in for 3 quarters. But Lance was looking like he was, he could be a starter. And he said the reason why he went to the Chargers because he wanted to be coached under Harbaugh. See, that speaks volumes to me. And like I said, what Michigan offense is going to mirror is what the Ravens offense looked like with
Jackson.
Lamar, with Jackson. And then Harbaugh did it. Jim did it during the preseason game in Canton and with Lance, Trey Lance. So I see because Sherrone Moore still be a mentor by them 2 guys. So I just think it's gonna be a lot of explosive plays. We're gonna be doing it like a ooh ah in all the time. It's gonna be a good season this year. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Most definitely, I believe. Hey, Doc, I'm gonna go on and drop down. I appreciate you letting me up, man. But
All
hey,
right,
go
Steve.
blue, everybody. Y'all have a good
I
night.
appreciate you for coming up.
No doubt. Appreciate you sending me the link.
All right, yep.
Okay, Marmar, do you have any? You want to give the benediction?
All I'm saying is that we 25, 24, 23 days away. It don't even matter. It's here. On August 23rd, on Saturday at noon, that is the first, that's week 0. That's just getting us ready for week 1. And week 1 is going to be a dancing. And the first game I want to see is the Texas versus Ohio State. I will be in Michigan, in Canton, Michigan, in my hotel room, or we'll be out and about. But what I'm going to tell you, we're going to be tuned into that game. And at 3:30, if Texas is the winner, we ain't going to hear from the Buckeye fans for the rest of the week. And that's a good thing. I ain't throwing shade. I don't hate them. I just don't like them. Um, so I'm just playing. But and then all weekend you got the Labor Day games, North Carolina and TCU. That's gonna be the headliner. I'm gonna tune into that because I'm a football fan. I want to see how Belichick do win his first college football game against TCU. Um, and then LSU Clemson. I think that's gonna be a dancing. Alabama Florida State. That's gonna be a dancing. Um, and yeah, and then Michigan, New Mexico. I think it's going to be 70-0 at halftime.
Okay,
Go Blue.
go blue. All right, Marmar, thanks for coming up.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, talk to you soon, bro.
All right.
All right, everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna wind the stream down, and yeah, I need to go to bed. My coworkers wanted to go do trivia at a happy hour bar, so yeah, normally I would have been off by now, but I noticed some of the other guys they stay on for hours and hours and hours. I'm thinking about Mays Madman and Voice of College Football, the Michigan Voice of College Football, but I have to get to bed. So everybody, thank you for tuning in. Please smash that like button if you are not subscribed, and yeah, if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. Shout out to Boletto. Respect is earned, and there's a story behind that. Maybe I'll tell that story why I keep saying that before the season starts. But right now, I'm going to wind the stream down. The information for my book is in the description box. If you want the hardcover, it's 25, and paperback is 22. Just use that one of those methods there in the ticker. It's a story about what sports teach you about life, success, and failure. And these are many of the same lessons the Wolverines are learning in addition to every other team. So with that, everybody, yeah, look out for us next week. And then Johnny Olden Jr. Agreed to come back the following week, that Tuesday. That is the 16th. So I'm going to go live on the 16th with Johnny. And I'm sure some of the other guys will want to come up and give their 2 cents. And then it's game on. So with that, everybody, go blue. As always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Always try to do your best. Take care, and I will talk to you all the next time. I think we'll end with a word from well, since Abdul Gaines said that Michigan's going to be a 3-loss team. No, let's end with Brady Hoke not being a fan of Ohio. We'll end with that.
But I was not a fan of that university in Ohio because my buddies were, so I had to be different.
He wasn't the best Michigan football coach, but he had a lot of memorable and entertaining drops. All right, everybody, have a good night. Go Blue. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you the next time. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.